What the Lord is having me speak on today, He said, reveal some things that happened in my life, and so the people understand that I am a God who's real, and I am a God who don't want people to play with His things or His people, and I'll get to what I'm saying. You see, um, basically, this message is I'm gonna explain the price I paid for playing with God, and I'll explain it. See, like I said, I was raised in the church. I was raised knowing the things of God. Going to youth groups, going to meetings, going to see. I was raised in all this, but I didn't want it. I didn't want it, and so I I was very rebellious growing up. I was very, like I said, I've had anger issues since I was a kid. And I was very, and so when people would try to talk to me or tell me something, I knew too much. Like I said, kids know everything. So when we would go to church or when we'd have an event or youth event, I always wound up getting in trouble, and they go tell my parents, hey, Pastor so and so or brother so and so said you were doing this, and I said, but what? Who his kid? And I would say, well, who is he? I would always have an excuse, and then I would, behind their back, I would start opening my mouth about those people, and that's why. Woo! This is why I always stress: be careful who you speak against and what you do, because I'm gonna reveal my life. So when I would be bad mouthing these, well, that pastor should have, because like I said, kids speak and kids talk. So as we were kids in church, the pastor's kid would tell us what they did at home, and so there were some things, but you know what? Don't worry about what people do in their home. You worry about your home and what you do, because I come to find out, open your mouth. So when they would say stuff about me, I would say, well, so and so's kid told me what they do at their house. So who is he to say what about me? In other words, worry about himself. Sure enough, I didn't realize this till later on in life. You see, because after that, one downfall after another just started hindering me my whole life, and I didn't realize I kept opening my mouth against these people of God, and then so. I'm gonna tell you a story as I keep going on. At the age of 13, 14, remember in my testimony, I told you I got kicked out of school for a bottle of alcohol, and I was already messing up then, and my life was already out of control. And I'm not putting two and two together, because I'm not paying attention when they're telling me in church, because I would hear people, hey, be careful how you speak about it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, So as I'm going, this is why don't play with the people of God or the things of God. Okay, well, so when I got kicked out of school for a bottle of liquor in junior high. Well, I love football so much, and I got kicked out for the rest of that year and the beginning of the next year. I said, man, I'm not going to be able to play football. I'm not going to be able to go to school. I'm not going to. So I had a brother who lived out of town, older, he's the oldest and I'm the youngest. So I got a brother who's like almost 20 years older than I am. So at this time, I'm 14. He's in his 30s. He got his own house, his wife, and so we go visit. And so I go over there and I'm like, hey, let me stay here because I just wanted to live with him so I can go to school, play football. But my brother, I thank God for this brother. He's basically, with my dad, he's the patriarch. He got saved and started speaking to the rest of us as a kid. And so I thank God for him. So he said, well, no, this home is a godly home. And basically he was saying, I don't want no foolishness here in this house. I was already in trouble and I got kicked out of school. So I go to a church service one day. They had me go to the front. They prayed for me. And I still didn't want God. You know, I didn't want God. I wanted to, because at this time I'm drinking, I'm partying, I'm running around, I'm doing stuff at 14, 13 that I had no business doing at all. So I go, and then so my brother thinks, hey, you gave your life? Yeah, you know, I just said it. So he'll let me stay with him. So my brother let me stay with him. So now I'm going to school. He's taking me to church, and I'm playing the part because I want to keep going to school, and I want to keep staying with him, because me being kicked out for the total 6 weeks, because I got kicked out 6 weeks of the next year, I'll fail and I wanted to play football. So I go and tell them, yeah, you know, I'm serving God, and I wasn't. You know, so I went through the steps. They went and baptized me. I even said something good when they were going to put me under the water. And I knew. This is why the Lord had me making this video. There's people playing with God right now, and the people of God who really believe. I said, man, so I did all that. So I'm faking it. What they say, faking it to make it. I want to stay. This is why the Lord said I could have messed with anything. Go fake it at school, go fake it. He goes, but don't play with me and my church and my people. Because when I got around the people at church, I was leading them wrong. You know, I'm still drinking. I'm still partying. My brother didn't know. You see, and I have played and lied about the things of God just to get me to stay over there at that house. Well, I paid dearly after that. That's what I mean. That's when my life really got out of control. When I went over there, I wound up getting my first. I was only 15, got pregnant. That's what I mean. And stuff started getting, things went left for me real bad, real quick. Then next thing you know, I come back home. I didn't even know I had a child. I mean, things just started spiraling out of control. Then I started getting in trouble here where I live. The drinking got out of control. I started drug dealing. I started going to jail. I mean, it was just a snowball effect. One thing after the next, one thing after the next, one thing. I mean, just a continuous cycle. And then finally, when I woke up, it was years later. My life is, and I'm waking up in prison cells. And I said, you know what, Lord? It dawned on me. The Lord said, you could have played with anything. You could have told jokes about this. You could have went in. He said, but when you played with my church and the things of me and led people astray in my house, he said, you opened the door for my hand to come off you and the enemy to tear you up. He said, but my mercy, I heard him, is the reason why you're not dead. He said, I didn't let the devil kill you because I had a plan for your life. And he said, tell the people about your life not to play with his things or his people. Because like I said in my other videos, my life wound up spiraling out of control. I mean, fights, stabbings, friends getting killed, involved with people who killed. I mean, things that I never thought. He said, that's the life you chose when you decided to play with my things. He said, but I spared your life. He said, because had you had gotten killed, you'd be in hell. And he goes, my mercy is the reason why you're still alive. And this is why I don't play no games with God or his things now. But like I said, I played with him when I was younger. And the Lord said, reveal your life and show what happened to your life playing with my things. Now, this is what the Lord wanted me to say. Not everybody's going to get saved. Everybody thinks, well, okay, you went through all that. I'll live too. Like I said, there's people that are dead now that were raised with me in the church. I don't know why I survived, the next one didn't. So don't go off thinking, oh, well, he survived doing all that stuff wrong. I will too. No. The Lord said he's warning you now through these messages so you'll know you're being called. Quit playing with his things, because you never know if your day might come up tomorrow. See, so with the Lord, like I said, he had me make this video, the price I paid for playing with his things.